What a great way to start it out.
That's right, because that's how I roll.
It's just burp like that.
I burp when I want to burp.
It just comes out.
That's what I
Guys, it is Tuesday, and after this epic Super Ugly that was just on, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to compete.
Well, I mean, luckily for you, the epic portion of Super Ugly is also the co-host of your show.
So,
and I'm not fully drained. I got a lot out there, and usually after something like that, I just feel like I went through fucking 10 rounds of hitting the heavy bag. Like, just totally drained.
It's a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy, like, to even have those kind of conversations. I don't want to dig too deep into where you guys just were, but I do want to talk about two other things that happen to be on my mind because of everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids in school and kids today are going to have such a hard time next year trying to get into the groove of being in school or how they're going to be in school. Like the days are going to be off, the schedule's going to be off. I don't know if they're going to be able to adjust, you know?
Yeah. And now they also have this fun thing of their parents either, you know, being crazy racist at home or, you know, the other way and oversensitive at home. And there's really no middle ground. So you're going to have a bunch of little kids just at odds with each other, too, I think.
Which is going to be difficult because we don't raise our children to be that way.
No.
I don't think that anything that went on, you know, back in the day or even now has anything to do with our 5-year-old kids.
Yeah.
You know, and our poor 5-year-old had no experience with preschool, had a half a year, and now is going to get thrown into kindergarten maybe 2 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just changing everything. I don't think everybody understands how far they're pushing everything.
Everything has just become chaos, has just become propaganda and deceit and lies, and it's been all about division the past few months, and they were successful.
I just don't know how they're getting everybody to be so one-sided on whatever side they're choosing. Like, I wish everybody would just be able to look at everything and go, I want to make my own mind.
It's Trump. He's so polarizing, and people are so passionate on his side that the other side now, they've always been passionate, both sides, but now it's like, it's come to like a head where because of Trump, because of how controversial he is as a president, everybody is really fighting for their team hard.
They are.
And just agreeing with everything and just nodding their head yes, no matter what, and they're not thinking anymore.
It just gets to a point where in my mind, I turn the news on. I don't want to watch it, you know, but I do want to know what's going on in the world. I don't want my kids, you know, I guess not even exposed, but, you know, I don't want my kids to have to choose. I want them to live a normal life, you know, and it's hard when adults act like children or act out of, you know, character. We shouldn't be behaving the way we are. I'm not taken away from the immediate stand, the immediate moment, the immediate trying to fix something. I'm upset with where we've got to in the past week.
Well, it's not even been the past week. It's our leaders are acting like children, so everyone's following suit. Like Trump is Mr. Oh, yeah, you said something about me? Well, you're a fatso.
Right.
You know,
no,
like,
right. I'm not saying
you're
the fight's
gross.
fair.
But then on the other side, they're like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to have your trial, and you got impeached, and we're going to hand out pens, and I'm going to rip up your little memo in front of everybody in Congress. And it's become this petty, like, pissing contest between senior citizens.
Old age motherfuckers.
Senior citizens.
They are old. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, I don't know. I don't behave that way.
They're doing shit elementary kids. Like I can imagine Trump, like, sitting there as Pelosi's talking, like, spitting spitballs at him and, like, high-fiving fucking Pence, being like, we got her, you know? And her be like, I'm telling, and putting her hand up. Like, it's become crazy. It really has.
It has. You know, but back to what I was saying, you know, it's the kids that are dealing with the change, and next year for school, it's going to be different for everybody. And I'm just hoping that sooner than later, everybody starts to go, all right, well, let's focus on what the main problem is. And that is maybe a little more police training, a little bit more testing before people become police. Because some people become police and their fucking dick gets so big because they walk around with a gun. And they always act on it. And then there are people who run into a burning fucking building to save a cat from dying in a fire. Yeah. You know, like there
or
are
a burning car that, you know, that might blow up.
Yes.
And they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about saving you.
I have family who are police. I have cousins. My cousin's husband's a police officer in the city. My uncle was a firefighter. All of my other uncles and my pop were in the Army, Navy, and so forth. We have a lot of people who have fought for our country. And I look and go, I don't know why any of these monuments have anything to do with this.
Well, some of the people like that were in, you know, the rebellion and not the Union.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were racist assholes. They were garbage. They wanted to keep slaves.
Of course.
You know, like they were terrible people. Those monuments, the Confederate flag, great, take them down.
Whatever.
They are symbols of racism. I get the South's argument that it's like, hey, we've had this thing forever. The Civil War's over. It's just become a symbol of the South.
Yeah, but then if they want to let that go, then we have to let everything go.
But it still has the slave connotations to it, and the South for some reason can't grasp that concept. Like to me, it's like we hear your point and we get it, but it also is a symbol of a horrific time in this country's history. Like slavery was awful, you know, and it's still happening today in other countries, and it's always going to be awful.
It is, and I can't even put into words what I would think of it. It's not a situation I deal with, and I thank God, and I feel for everybody who is in awkward or uncomfortable or bad situations. However, at this point in time, like, don't they think that enough with the battle? Like, don't they think we should come up with something else or some other way? I mean, we shouldn't be thinking this way anyway. It should be so far in the past that we think of color and religion. We shouldn't even care what goes on in someone else's fucking house or what they believe. That's their own beliefs. That's who they are. How dare I say you can't believe or be who you are? I don't. Maybe it was how I was raised. I was raised in a Puerto Rican, Italian, Spanish. I mean, we're a mix. We're American Indian. Like I said in your show, my great-grandfather to the 8th came over on the Mayflower, and I'm a daughter of the Revolution. I could go and get benefits for being American Indian, so but I'm really not.
Her family is rapists and the rapees. Yeah,
it's the truth. And I'm not getting mad. I mean, I laugh and it's not funny, but it is true that it wasn't a part of my life, and I don't want to bring it into my life. I let that be what my heritage was, and I am who I am today.
Here's a big problem, and I said it earlier. It's communication, and every side says they want dialogue, says they want conversation. But in reality, they just want a monologue. They just want to get their point across. They just want to be heard, and they don't want to hear anybody else. And that goes for both sides.
A lot of people are like that.
They just want a monologue. They don't want dialogue. They don't want conversation. They want to be heard, and they want to say, look how fucking smart I look. And all the dummies that agree with them, pat them on the back because it's rah-rah my team.
Right.
And they think, hey, look, I'm doing a great job. I'm a great person. And it's like, you're not. You don't want to listen at all. None of you do.
Everybody's set in their own way. Everybody believes what they believe. And I thought, this is what I believe. This has to be right. So whatever you say is not going to matter is kind of how people think.
Like when they do their campaigns, right?
Right.
And they're going to be out on the road and doing whatever. Why is it there's not a microphone in the public's hand for like an hour, 2 hours of them asking questions to the presidential nominee? Why is it when there's a debate, it's just some news curator? Why are the people not the ones asking questions?
Right.
Why are the people not one giving answers to what they're saying? Why are the people not being the ones heard? You're representing us, right? You're not representing, well, you are representing the newscaster as well, but I'm sure the hundreds of millions of people in this country have questions that they want answered too.
Right.
But they never get heard. That to me also is kind of fucking crazy. Like I said, it's a monologue. It's always been a monologue. People preach dialogue, but no one wants dialogue because people hate the truth. As soon as the truth comes out, perfect example, Chicago and this whole Black Lives Matter movement. Whenever anyone brings up Chicago, they go, hey, we're not talking about Chicago right now. And I look at them and I go, well, why not?
Right.
Why not?
Right.
You should be. You shouldn't be talking about the one guy that died. You should be talking about the thousands over the past couple years that have died in Chicago, that have died in Baltimore.
On just hate, no reasons, whatever the reasons
but
are.
That's a bad thing.
No, it is
so
a very
So they
bad
don't
thing.
want to focus on that because that's bad part of their culture.
Right.
Just like white people don't want to focus on slavery. We recognize it's a terrible part of our culture. But a certain group likes to focus on that. And it's like, wait a second. Yeah, we fucked up. No one's saying that was right.
No, not we. Our
Yes,
past
not we.
ancestors
I'm saying America.
fucked
As
up.
an American,
yes,
I'm saying.
they fucked up. But now, if we focus on that, it just brings back old feelings, old things.
Exactly.
It should be more or less, what are we going to do now?
And
we
then-
are fucking all human beings. We're not fuck even saying I'm an American. I'm a human being. We are all the same species of beings. We should want to prevail and grow and be great. It shouldn't have to be who's the poorest and who's the fucking richest. It should be, what do you need? If I have a little extra, what can I help you with? And nobody wants to help. I bring this up, because I want to talk more about relationships, and we'll get to that. But people don't, in general, give a shit about anyone else but themselves. I food shop, by myself, and I'm pushing 2 carts. I'm crazy food shopping, and I see people. One woman steps in sauce. I pull out wipes in my pocketbook. Here's some wipes for your feet. Nobody else offers to help. Some woman trips and falls, and her bags fall over in the parking lot. I run over. Let me help you. Open the door for someone. There could be anything you do. It matters how you treat people in general. All people.
And when the slavery thing gets brought up, and I'm not saying we should hide it, I'm not saying it shouldn't be talked about, but white people, for some reason, immediately go into defense mode as if you were a part of it. They immediately get defensive and start getting their own anger about the history of America. And rightfully so, you should be angry about it, but you're getting angry in the wrong way. You're getting angry and like, hey, man, that wasn't me. Don't look at me. And I've said that, too. And because, like I said, my family got here after slavery was abolished. So it really wasn't. But the fact of the matter is, America has a dark history. Every country has a dark history. But for some reason, the people in this country look at that dark history and don't go, but it got us here.
We're here now.
It got us here. We're the best country on the fucking planet.
Yes.
USA is number 1.
Yes.
And it's not good enough for you guys. And it's like, dude, yeah, bad history. We get it. But we're all here now. And everybody has an opportunity to do something with themselves. Whether you come from nothing or you come from money, it doesn't matter. The opportunity's there.
Right.
It's up to you.
Right.
To take the opportunity.
And not just take the opportunity, but it's up to all of us to move forward. A lot of people, including myself, over the years, I've gotten a lot better, but a lot of people hold on to everything they have ever been through in their lives. And then they use that to be angry or to lash out or to be who they are.
Or to place blame for how bad their life is.
Right. So, I like.
And just to be clear, not to cut you off, I want to make this very clear because this is such a touchy subject. You have to keep saying this. We are not just talking about black people.
No.
All right, hang on, buddy. We're talking about poor white people. We're talking about poor Hispanic people. We're talking about poor Asian. We're talking about poor everybody.
Everyone.
And rich everybody. This isn't just
It's not racial right now.
Yeah,
This is humans
I don't want
in general.
people, and no one has yet,
Yeah.
but I don't want people to think this is like some rah-rah white people cry. This
No.
isn't. I can't
I don't even know if I
stand-
consider myself a white people.
well,
I just have white skin.
I'm technically not.
I'm like, I have white skin.
I'm
but
Sicilian, and I can't join any white groups. Trust me. All right? But, because when you talk about this stuff, people go, well, look at these racists.
No,
And it's like, no, I'm just
everyone.
having a conversation that you clearly don't want to have. That's
Right.
what we're doing. We're
Right.
having the conversations that people don't want to have.
Right.
And in hopes that people actually listen to this and maybe go, all right, I don't agree with all of it, but there was some of that.
things that kind of just pop through. Josh, baby, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, I'm okay, guys. Just want to call in and say hi to you guys.
Wonderful. How's everything going over there for you in Pigeon Forge?
Oh, not too bad. Something I got to tell you guys what I did last week. I emailed a girl that I went to school with. I've known for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've I admitted to her that I've had a crush on her for 25 years.
Right.
Nice.
And I basically told her that I've been trying to say this for the longest time. I couldn't tell you in school because I was like young, I was stupid. And I'm like, yeah, I've had a crush on you for 25 years. And my friend's name is Kristen. She was like, wow, I didn't know. She said, thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Is that
was,
it?
Was there anything else after? Like,
no, not really.
Well,
just,
all right. Now, do you have said email? Can we hear the email that you wrote, or no?
No, I'm on the phone. On Skype.
So there's no way to pull that email up right now.
no, I don't want him to do that. He doesn't need to do that.
No, I
It's
just want to
personal.
see maybe where he went wrong and where he went right so I can help him.
No, because you know what, though? If this is something that is not going to come of anything, then why do that?
Because it can become something. That's my point.
No.
Yes. Is she married?
No, she just
single.
got out of her messy relationship with her ex-husband.
And she lives near you?
She's about 6 hours in Mountain City, Tennessee.
Okay. She's
all right.
far.
Well, either way, sometimes it's good to get just your feelings out there, if that's what your point was, because you want to have that, I just said it and now it's there.
Well, did you say maybe we should get together sometime, grab a bite to eat?
No, she's worried about all the stuff's going on with
That's fine, but you could say, hey, after all this stuff, it'd be really cool if maybe we can get together and hang out a little bit. Maybe
take a walk around the pond.
Yeah, maybe get something to eat, or we could go check out town over by you. It's a tourist spot, so
Maybe
there's
you
shit to
can
do.
privately talk with him and help him through that.
Yeah, Josh, we got to make this happen. What was her response other than that? That was it? She just said thank you?
No, she said, wow, I didn't know, hun. That's it.
That's it. Oof.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's just not the right time, but it's good that you got yourself out there, Josh. I'm really proud of you doing that.
Now, how do you know she's all worried about COVID and everything?
She was telling me about it. She said she was worried about what's going on with the world, with the pandemic.
So you guys
talk? Huh?
So you talk?
No, she wrote back.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm trying to understand whether that's all she said was just, whatever he just said, I forgot already. But no offense, Josh, my mind is zinging right now. You saw the last show.
Yes, I know.
But what I'm saying is that there's dialogue going on.
Right.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So she's not just being like, yeah, whatever, bye.
No.
But that's what I mean.
No, she's being nice.
But this is my point, though.
Uh-huh.
There's a crack in the window.
There is a crack.
There's a crack in the window. And Josh, with my help, I can get that window open.
Oh, Lord.
You think I'm kidding, Josh?
No, no, you're the Casanova of Russo's brain. I know that.
Josh, I'm telling you.
Who the fuck named him the Casanova?
You let me, well, now that's nickname like number 30. But you let me know what's going on with this. Before you answer this, girl, from now on, I want to know what's going on. Okay? And I'm going to walk you through how to get this chick.
Okay.
All right, so listen, while I have you on here, I'm going to roll into what I want to roll into. So getting back to how we treat people, I do get emails sometimes from people asking me questions about relationships they're having, whether it be a friend or who they're dating or someone they like. And I want to bring up that a lot of people put themselves out there for a relationship, but they do not have the ability to compromise in that relationship. So a lot of relationships don't work because they don't want to change. They don't want to be consistent. It's not that they don't want to, or they just maybe don't know how. So let's talk about how to compromise in a relationship.
Okay.
So you're dating somebody and you don't like the way that they smell. Their perfume or cologne is not your type. What would you do then to have them change their perfume? Would you say, I don't like your perfume? Or would you buy them a perfume and say, I picked you up a little something?
No. See, I would say, I don't like your perfume. Let's go out and get you some new one. I'm not going to just assume you're going to like the perfume I pick out either.
Josh, what would you do?
Well, unless it's like if you have an allergy to the perfume or something.
No, just you don't like the scent. It's not a scent. I'm using an example from someone else. So, like, you don't like it. You don't want to go, hey, I don't like that scent. Let me get you a new one. Or do you just go out and get one and say, surprise, I got you one?
Or, just like say, surprise, I got you a new scent. Just be, like, real, like, sensitive about it, maybe.
Yeah, because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. Because
why?
Now, let me tell you why from a woman's point of view. A lot of people will just do what they think they should instead of saying, I should tell them how I feel, get it off your chest, and then say, what do you think? Can we try a different scent? When you cover the issue, I feel like then down the line, it's like, well, I don't even like how you fucking smell, and then it turns into more of resentment of the person you're with, something you don't like about them.
Yeah.
So I think it would be better off to say, you know what, I really don't like it. It's too strong. Maybe we can go pick you up another one. I think that's a good way to compromise in that kind of situation.
Real Heel, what kind of cologne was it? Let me give you guys a little hint of advice. I'm gonna reveal the scent that is.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
With what?
Who the scent that they hated the fucking cologne.
No, I don't. Oh, really? Oh, yes.
Okay.
I remember. Yes.
She said it smelled like bug spray.
Yeah.
And it was so much.
Let me reveal to the gentleman out there watching the cologne that is a bona fide pussy magnet.
Pussy magnet. A pussy
I
magnet.
would wear this cologne, and I still wear it to this day. I've been wearing it probably for about 15, 20 years now. And every time I put it on, people walk by and go, "What are you wearing?" I get stopped, and people ask me what I'm wearing. John Paul Gaultier. Just the regular bottle with the body. The bottle's shaped like a body. John Paul Gaultier. Everybody loves that scent. I'm telling you, it has never failed me, and I've never had a person go, "I don't like the way that smells."
And also Fahrenheit.
Yeah, if you're in 8th grade.
What do you mean? First of all, it's not about 8th grade. It's the way
you
it
like
smells.
the scent.
I love.
You also
Fahrenheit.
have a reason.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I love the way Fahrenheit.
But Fahrenheit.
smells. But too much of anything is not a good smell.
Yes, but even John Paul, like if you cake it on, it's still pretty pleasant.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to put too much John Paul on. Not saying you should put a lot on. 2 squirts. That's all you need. Any more than that, you're crazy. All right? And it's not even direct squirts. It's 2 squirts in the air and kind of walk into it.
It's like a chest.
Let it get on you. Don't directly spray it on you. It's too strong that way.
Yeah.
2 squirts, John Paul Gaultier, pussy magnet.
Well, either way, so I appreciate the conversation of compromising and stuff like that in relationships. What do you think one of the main problems is with people in relationships today?
Like you just said, communication. People are scared. Most people in general are scared to have conversations, whether it be with their job, their parents, their significant other, even their children. Like everybody's afraid to talk for some reason,
or say how they really feel.
Yeah, or even have the sex talk with your kids or whatever the case may be. Like, well, what's going to happen from communicating?
Right.
Someone might get mad at you. Oh, well, then guess what? You just found out we don't agree on a lot of shit. We probably shouldn't hang out together anyway.
Well, that's, again, what's happening today. Nobody's actually saying what they feel. It's what they feel.
Yeah.
And what everyone else is feeling.
Well,
and I feel like it's
for others, yeah.
Yes, and I feel like that's what a problem is when it comes to creating relationships, because you don't start off by going, "Hey, how you doing? I like this. I don't like this." You're just going, "Oh, you like that? Me too."
And everyone's afraid
too.
of not being accepted.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a part of something. Everyone wants to, have a million fucking friends. And that's why, and not to pat myself on the back, I kind of have I hate saying this, but I don't have a filter really, because I don't like people to begin with. So I don't care if you like me. I really don't want most people around me. And I have the people that I love around me, and I know who they are. They know who I am. They know my intentions. Even if I say some crazy shit, they still know who I am as a person and where it's coming from. So anyone else who doesn't like what I have to say, oh well, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know you. I don't want to know you, and I don't care if you like what I have to say. As a woman,
I can say I do kind of care how people feel and what they think, and I try to have a moderate filter, and so I think that's a lot of my issues when it does come to my relationships.
That's all women, though, and like I've said before, women have it hard because you've been ingrained your entire lives that you need to be accepted, not want to be accepted. You need to be accepted. And that's not something that, you do fall apart. It's something that's ingrained in you, whether it be from music videos, musicians, actresses, whatever you see on TV and magazines. It's all about being beautiful and being sexy and everyone accepting me, not for this, not for my brain,
Right.
but for this, for what I look like.
Right.
And that's the problem in the female world, is that a lot of them are hung up on what they look like and they don't work on that brain part of themselves. And that's why a lot of women are very easily manipulated. A lot of women are very shallow. A lot of women are, for lack of a better term, stupid. And so are men. I'm not just putting women down. Men are all these things as well, but we're not ingrained with it. We learn it from trying to get women.
Right.
Men are dogs, and we'll do anything to get what we want. So, you lie, deceit, you do whatever you need to do to get what you want, because that's how a man's world is.
Right.
I got to fight for what I want. To get what I want, I'll do whatever it takes, and I got to fight for it. That's a
Right.
man's world. A woman's world is, I want everyone to give it to me.
Right.
I don't want to have to work hard for it. Look how beautiful I am. Just give it to me because I'm beautiful.
Right.
And a lot of women get it.
Right.
Because
they
of
do.
dumb guys.
Yeah, they do. Josh, baby, do you have anything you want to say about it?
It's just it's like the world's coming to. It's like people can be shallow, keep people to see things from one-sided from a different points of view.
Right. Right. And it's difficult sometimes. I guess you get into that position where you're like, I don't want to be different because I don't know if people are going to like me different, but you do want to be yourself,
Yeah.
All right.
Derek
babe,
wrote something in here, actually, I want to get to.
I'm going to let Josh go.
Okay,
though.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Josh, baby, thank you for calling. I hope you stay with us.
All right, Josh. Talk to you later, brother.
Bye.
All right, Derek wrote something in here. He writes, when it comes to me and my girl, we have communication breakdowns when we don't want to argue. So one of us or both go quiet, which makes things much worse at the time. We always work it out when we just should have talked about it from the start. Now, Derek, that's not a bad thing if you both go quiet, because you know what? It gives you guys time to think.
Right.
When an argument happens, it's like a fire out of control. There's a spark, and then all of a sudden, you're in the midst of a fucking wildfire.
Right.
And now you're not thinking right. Now your fucking head's racing. Now you're like, how do I win this fucking battle?
No one's listening.
Yeah.
Everybody's speaking.
And you're just waiting for your turn to talk.
Right.
And you going quiet or maybe separating for a minute or two is a good thing, because now it gives you time to reflect on what she said. It gives her time to reflect on what you said. And then rational thinking starts happening where you go, all right, you know what? He makes a point there, but I also want to get my point across. So hopefully I could say this in a better way. And then you try to think of a better way to word it.
Right.
Because when you're arguing, a lot of people aren't as slick as I am. You can't think on your toes. You know what I mean? Now me, I'm
He
in
is
an
a
argument.
good arguer.
I'm a fucking sniper.
It's
all right?
annoying.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking good. But most people aren't. So that's why taking that little, all right, let's cool off, go take a piss or go smoke a cigarette. I'm going to go smoke a joint and drink a beer out back, and let's come back in like 10 minutes and we'll figure this thing out.
Right. I think that also what happens in a lot of these communication eras is that nobody's really willing to say they're sorry and adjust. And I noticed that I used to be one-sided where I just did not apologize. Now I really apologize for almost anything because I know it's what I should do. I'll use a prime example. Watching a movie with my husband, he's talking to me about something and I couldn't hear the movie. And instead of me looking and going, babe, I can't hear the movie, I just turned around and I was like, you keep on talking and I can't hear the movie. And you complained when we were at the movie theater one time, and he looks at me and he was like, really? It took me a minute. It took me time to go, holy shit, I can't believe how I just said that. And then I looked at him and I was like, I'm really sorry for how I said that. If I bothered you, I shouldn't have said it like that. And he was like, thank you. Because sometimes you just speak and you don't realize what you're saying or how you could be making someone feel. And then he looks at me and he goes, wow, look at my amazing wife who just apologized for a stupid 2-second. But that 2-second argument, that 2-second moment
turned into something
would have
ugly.
been growing inside, rather than going, you know what, I really shouldn't have said it like that. It's really important to think before you fucking speak.
For the guys out there, to kind of break it down in a very, very simple way, and to give you examples that everybody knows. Tony Soprano and Michael Corleone, right? When they would make decisions, did someone ask them something and they immediately went, here's my answer? Or did they go, let me think on that, I'll get back to you?
Always.
Making a decision immediately, 9 out of 10 times, is bad.
Right.
You need to think about what you're going to say, what you're going to do, how you're going to react to the situation. You should take a second and think about it. But everyone's so quick to defend themselves, or they want to get their point across, or they want to be heard. And it's like you say things like she just said in a way where you come across and you go, "Oh, really? Well, go fuck yourself."
Right.
All right. Now fuck you. And now immediately we're there. Instead of going, give me a second to think on that. Let me go smoke a cigarette and come back.
Right.
All right. Or let me go, like I said, smoke a joint, go drink a beer, or go in the garage even and just fucking circle around for a second. But take time to think. Don't just immediately react, because when you react, it's usually not good.
Right.
But when you think and you start rationalizing and you start actually using your brain, you can typically work things out. You can typically figure things out, or even, and not to sound bad, but you could figure out a way to get what you want.
Right. Or to come to a compromise.
Yeah, or a
compromise together where it's, I get it, I understand, I don't agree, but I understand, let's move forward. Let's just leave that where it is, because, after a while of arguing, nobody's listening anymore.
Now it's just become, I want to win.
Yes. So, I guess I would say, I think it's super important to hear each other out. Also to take a moment if someone needs to be outside or just take a break, give them the space and time that they need. I want to roll into 90 Day Fiancé.
My new favorite obsession.
Okay, so it's a new show we're watching. I'm actually really into it, and the concept is people meet when they travel the world, and then they fall in love, and the visas they have to use are only 90 days for them to see if they want to get married, because you as an immigrant coming into the country, you don't just get to come here because you love someone. You have to get married. And the reactions and the treatment that some of these women are getting from the families is so horrible.
Oh my God.
It is so horrible. What do you want with my brother? You want a green card? And if you ever watch the show, if you've never seen it, you got to watch it, because it teaches you a lot about how everybody is
and how shitty people are
to each other.
Yeah. Complete strangers.
Yeah, not
they've
even
never
giving a
met
chance.
this person, and they immediately just go, "You're here for bad reasons.
Yeah.
You are not here for good." And it's like,
well, why couldn't we be in love?
This person hasn't even opened their mouth yet, and you're judging them.
Right. Why can't we be in love? Why can't this be like I met my one? Give them the benefit of the doubt.
But also, let me tell you guys, I'm not watching this for that reason. That's a good reason. I'm watching this because it is car crash TV at its fine. This is Joe Exotic times 10.
It is actually.
This shit is bananas. The people that are the men and women, because there's both, that are Americans, are the saddest, loneliest. There's that one guy who didn't tell his whole family about it.
Yeah.
He's the only one that doesn't seem like a complete loser.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They don't seem like losers. They just seem like maybe they are paying for a bride or paying for a husband.
No, none of them are.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I'm saying it seems like it. It doesn't seem like
what
they
I'm
fell
saying,
in
well,
love.
because again, they're desperate, lonely losers. Look at
Rocky.
that one woman that's always grinning like an idiot. Like she could be getting horrible news and she's still grinning like a moron.
Listen, I don't like her situation because she lied to the guy before coming here. She told him she was financially good. He left his country to come here. Where was he from?
And we're talking about season 2. We are not on the Big Ed season.
No, we're on season 2.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
started from season 1 and we're working our way up to Big Ed.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
Big Ed is that guy with no neck, the little fat guy you keep seeing around.
I don't know.
No, you've seen him. Trust me.
All right. Well, either way, the show we're watching now, this man left his country, left his family, left everything because she was like, let's give it a try, come to the United States. He comes and she's like, oh, by the way, we're broke. My cell phone got shut off. I don't have money to pay for the rent. I don't have money for a wedding. And he looks at her and he goes, why did you make me leave my life? Why didn't you tell me? He hugged her and he said,
You've seen him, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You've never seen him?
No.
He's the newest season.
I haven't
and
seen
he's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
Yeah.
it. But he looks at her like, "Why did you lie to me?" So it's also a little bit of catfishing, a little bit of online weirdness.
But to be fair to him, he took it and was very resilient. He's like, you know what?
Don't lie to
Just
me.
don't lie to me,
Yeah,
and we can
tell me
work
the
this
truth.
together. The problem is that these people can't come here and get jobs.
Right.
So they can't even contribute.
They can't work. These men can't work. They have to just be on, or the women. They just have to be on whatever you're making for the 90 days.
Now the one family, The parents, I guess, were from Texas, he said last night, right?
Yeah, they're from Texas, yeah.
And he's from Pennsylvania.
Right.
And they're religious like a motherfucker.
Really religious.
I mean, no sex before marriage. They have people there to make sure they don't screw around and mess up.
Yeah.
And his dad is a racist.
He's bad.
Yeah, like full-blown racist, and he's marrying a South African black woman from Australia.
First of all, beautiful woman, might I add, and she's very classy. I don't care what color her skin is.
Yeah.
But the father, right to her face, was like, how are you going to deal with living here and nobody accepts interracial marriage? And she looks at him like, what? Like, he was so out of fucking face.
Yeah.
He was out of face. And the poor son is like, I'm marrying her anyway because I love her.
And that credit to him, you know,
For standing
good job.
up.
Yeah,
Of course.
absolutely.
Yes. But that you look at that and you go, wow, you know, we are still stuck in this fucking era where people have the balls.
Well, what's funny to me is the wording he used. He goes, all of America. And it's like, no, your racist ass won't accept it. The rest of America is moved on from that bullshit, and we're all accepting of it.
Yeah.
No one, I can't imagine being like, fell in love with a black girl? Oh, where are you from? How were you raised? That's disgusting. Like,
Who the fuck cares?
who gives a shit? I ain't fucking her. I don't care.
But not even like you're not fucking her, but
No,
who
but like,
cares?
yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
basically, yes, who cares? But also, I'm not marrying her.
Right,
I don't
it's not
have
my
to be
bed,
with
it's
her.
not my problem.
What do you care what he's doing?
I solely, completely, 1,000% with every piece of my body believe what is going on in someone else's house and what they want is not my fucking business.
Yeah.
And not that I don't care if someone's being hurt or abused or killed, but I'm saying that if somebody's married, have children, or that is their life, you have no right to intervene.
But that's gone on forever, but people move past it. But for some reason, certain people can't. Like, even this goes back even to two white groups of people, Italian and Irish.
Right.
Back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, if an Italian person was with an Irish person, their family would be like, ugh.
An Italian?
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're with an Italian, and the Italians would be like, ugh. An Irish person? What the fuck is... And it's like, now... No one even bats an eye at that.
Nobody knows anything
Yeah.
about that. They're like, you don't. Nobody go. Oh, he's white. She's white. They
Yeah.
have no idea about what they are. You know, they're.
But just because someone's a little bit more darker than somebody, you're going to be like, that shouldn't be going on.
It's not. It's
That's
just,
fucking crazy.
It's right. It's not a fair. It's not a fair deal, and I think that it's important for everybody to start learning that what you want in your life should be your business. Just like everybody goes, mind your business, get out of my life, get out of my shit. Well, then why are you worried about his business and his shit?
Exactly.
You know, and everybody does it to everybody. Everybody goes, oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Why? What we should be focusing on is ourselves, our own lives, our own families, our own fucking relationships, and then we'll be all a lot healthier. You know, it's a pretty crazy show anyway, and I just wanted to bring it up because it's so important for people to realize that this isn't just, you know, what you think or what you hear is happening. This happens every fucking where. Yeah. Everywhere this
and
happens.
guys, just so you know, anyone who watches the show, you fucking know me, all right? This is not one of those shows where I go, yeah, I watch it because my chick does, like Vanderpump. I watch it because Jess does, all right? But this show, I'll watch if Jess ain't around. You know, like, this is just, because it's so fucking crazy. Like you watch some of these people. The one guy, right, he moves this chick from, where was she? Brazil, the one with the teeth.
Yes, yes.
From Brazil. He didn't even clean his house. She walks into his bedroom. His bed's covered with shit and all sorts of fucking magazines and cups and a complete mess. And I'm looking at him going, You know this chick's coming. Clean up.
Yeah.
Like, what goes through your head that you think, nah, she'll be fine with this?
No, right.
No, she won't be.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then when she says something, he looks at her like, really? And it's like, yes, real. The level of stupidity in some of these people is so awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
You know, well, first of all, like, even when you were younger and you knew a girl was coming over, you cleaned your fucking room. Like, his house was disgusting and she found nude magazines. And yes, he sells magazines and he sells things online, but you know someone's coming. So when she gets there, I'd say, look, this room is filled with all the things I sell. You might not like everything in there, so don't look in it. This room is dirt. Like tell her. She starts snooping because she's questioning what he's doing.
Which is wrong, though.
She shouldn't have been snooping.
Like she was literally going through everything in his house.
Yeah, and that is, you obviously shouldn't be doing that. I mean, she was gonna marry him in 90 days. She should know who he is, though.
No, dude, I'm real heel. This is not a work. It is not. If you watch this, you can't fake this. Like just like Joe Exotic, like you couldn't write that out if you tried.
No, this is real people's lives. This is it.
If anyone wrote this, they'd be working in Hollywood. Okay, because this is the craziest, most entertaining shit you will watch. And the best part is I said it to Jess when we first started watching season 1. I go, here's what like the fun part is going, who's gonna make it?
Yeah,
like as you're watching it, you're going, this ain't gonna fucking work.
Right.
And that's the fun part is seeing who actually makes it. They all kind of seem to make it to the wedding.
Right.
And there is the 90 days after show that we'll get to.
Right.
Because then they give you the follow-up. But most people have made it to the wedding.
Yeah. They try. They really try. And you think about it, these people, even though it's funny to us and it's a show, they genuinely are trying to find love and they're genuinely trying to come to the United States. Like, this is real shit.
I know some of those women are absolutely 1,000,000% not. My favorite guy, I can't believe we got to bring this guy up. This chick comes, beautiful girl from Russia. Right? Remember the little Russian girl?
Oh, yes.
Goes
young
to get
girl.
her. He takes her to the salon to go get her hair. She's not there 3 minutes before they're in LA. Before the hairstylist goes, you could be a model. I know somebody. Here, take this number. She goes to the modeling agency, immediately gets a fucking job. And he's like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah, because she thought he was the end all when he met her. Then she comes to America and she's like, wow, people think I'm beautiful. What do you think? He's like, I think that's too provocative.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? It's a fucking bathing suit.
And like the Kate Moss, Fiona Apple type models.
Yeah, she's beautiful. At the same time, though, he did get immediately insecure.
She got the number and he was like, well, we'll talk about this because the modeling world can be pretty seedy and starts downplaying.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're going to make it.
Yeah. And like really like trying to be like, please don't go model because he knows the second.
Yes.
She makes it.
Yes.
He is toast.
Yes. Well, when she gets around the right people, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing with this guy?
Why are you with this guy?
Yeah.
And the problem is, as I'm watching it, I'm going, and that's where he's fucking up. Instead of going, word, baby, you are beautiful.
Yes.
Let's go do this.
Yes, and being her teammate, he puts it down, and that's going to change everything.
His jealousy took over, and a lot of guys, whether you want to admit it or not, your jealousy is what ruins you, is what ruins your relationship, because the dumb shit, who was that guy? What was he saying? Like, yeah.
I don't think you've ever asked me that question.
Like, your chick's going to be out, you go to the bathroom, and she's going to try to fuck in the 3 minutes. Like, what goes through your head? That like if you do think that, then there's something that you're doing wrong. Not saying you're cheating, but you're doing something wrong, that you're not faithful and confident enough that your chick isn't going to try to fuck somebody else in the 3 minutes that you go to take a piss.
Right. Well, I think that there's been over a handful of times that you've gone to the restroom and come out and men are talking to me. And you walk up and go, hi. And I go, this is my husband. How you doing? And we go back to conversation. I've never had him go, well, who is that guy? Yeah. I don't think we've ever had that kind of moment. Luckily,
you know why, though? Because I can weed out assholes and I can weed out, oh, this is just a dude. Like when it's an asshole, I'll walk over and put my arm around her and like kind of stare at him and be like, yeah, I'll be done here, because I know his intentions.
Right.
But
never at me.
No, it's never at you.
I can get dressed and he'll say, you could wear something. Yeah, you wear that short skirt, whatever. I'm wearing chesty shirts. He's never looked and been like, don't go out like that. He's like, let's get it, baby.
It's never at you, because I know men. Men are dogs. Most men are going to try to fuck my wife. You know what I mean? So like I sit there and I go, okay.
Social media, that's rough, Derek. Actually, social media can be the demise for a lot of relationships, because
get rid of it until you are together the way me and Jess are.
Yeah, we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have any social media besides my hair page and his page for Instagram. And it wasn't because we didn't trust each other. It was just because why? most of social media is to talk to people and meet people.
And there's a lot of temptation.
And there's a lot, exactly.
And there's a lot of scumbags.
Yes.
That swoop in.
And cunt girls as well.
Yeah.
That will try to, meddle or try to tell you things or try to mess things
and
up.
not even with the intentions of being with you, just because they don't like you.
Right.
So they'll come to me and be like, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, all right, whore, beat it.
Yeah. I get messages, I get emails, everybody knows people send me dick pics. It's funny. However,
you haven't got one in a long time, though.
I think because last time we really put everybody on blast.
Well, and I think, too, people finally realize, it's
not my page.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my Facebook.
Yeah,
so
they're a couple, and like they're a couple.
Yeah.
Like there's not going to be breaking that up.
No.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people get into these fights with each other over who's that girl? Why did she like your picture? Who's this guy? Why is he telling you you're beautiful? When you should be saying, I know my wife or my girlfriend's beautiful. I know that my boyfriend or husband's handsome.
I don't even look at your likes. Like I don't think I've ever looked at your likes. Like I don't care who likes your pictures.
Yeah. No, it's never been but that's the thing. We had such a foundation. We had no social media for almost 5 years.
We actually we both had Facebooks, and we collectively were like, we're getting rid of these because there was maybe 3 fights because of it.
Yeah.
But on the 3rd fight, we both looked at each other and go, let's delete this.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
For what? We're together, right? This is where I want to be. I'm not looking for anything else. And everybody else's attention doesn't satisfy me. He satisfies me. So why do I need to know who liked this, who liked that? I do things for my hair page, but in the most part, it's about our show and us. It's never like, look at me, I'm so hot. It's my husband took me to dinner. Don't you like the outfit?
Right, there are women very clearly flirting with me sometimes online.
Yeah.
And I know what they're doing, and I'm very like, thank you, and it's not like flirting like you're so hot, but their language and how they're talking to me, it's very obvious, and I'm very just like, well, I'll respond, but in a way where I'm not flirting back. You know what I mean? And
one of his famous is, my wife is this, go talk to her about it.
And she'll look at them and go, oh, this girl wants to fuck you, and I go, yeah. I know.
It's not like it's a funny thing, but it just doesn't bother me because I know my husband isn't leaving me for somebody online.
Some stranger
I don't give a fuck
I'm going to throw my entire family away for the stranger.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what anybody looks like. And when a girl's beautiful, I am the first one to say she is beautiful. I am not a hateful woman, and I am not a jealous woman. However, I think it's important that people in relationships remember nobody.
Holy shit.
Who do I have right now?
Mad fucking
I miss you so much.
What is up, dude?
Oh my god, I miss you guys.
How the fuck are you?
Much better, thank you.
Well, I miss you, and last we spoke, things were a little messy and stuff, and I just want you to know we always miss you and love you and think of you.
And constantly going, where the fuck did Natalia go?
Yeah, I was in Mount Sinai in the city for from January till...
You don't need to get your personal business out there.
Yeah, you don't have to tell. I know what it was.
You can tell us when we see you if you want, but let's not put it out on a blast,
Besides that, baby girl, when am I seeing you? What's going on?
I know. Soon. As soon as everything calms down, I gotta be careful, obviously.
Oh, Mad, we've been worked. You realize we've been worked. This is not a thing. Look at the protests. They're encouraging it.
Absolutely, I totally agree. But from my situation,
she cannot be around.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Be around people. I got to be careful.
Okay.
If you have a cold, God forbid, I get it. It'll turn into something.
Okay, fair enough.
But once all that settles down, but yeah, I totally agree. And I got this stupid new phone because my other phone got stolen while I was in the hospital.
Jesus.
It's asking me to make a new account. I thought you guys shut down because of the virus, and maybe, you weren't doing the show. And then I see Josh, great show tonight. I'm like, wait, what? They're not on?
Oh, my God. Well, I'm so glad that you're back, and I'm glad that you called. Is there anything you want to add?
Oh, you're talking my language with this Facebook messaging. You see the shit I post. You see the messages I get. Some guy
Didn't someone say they wanted to shit on you the other day?
What?
He would let me poop on him.
That was it, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I want to tape record it.
I post it because I don't encourage this.
Yeah.
But I get these kinds of messages just like you, dick pics. I'm not asking you. If I want to see your dick, I'm going to ask you to see your dick. If I don't ask you, don't send me a picture of your dick.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
And this wasn't like interaction number like 50. This was interaction number 1, and the guy's like,
One.
"I'd let you shit on me."
Oh,
And it's
my
like,
God.
oh, smooth operator, clearly. Like, you're going to get all the ladies with that line.
Yes.
I put it when I put, well, if that doesn't get the girls, I don't know what does. I was like, and he puts LOL, like, that makes it funny. Like, no, that's kind of gross, weirdo.
It's really weird.
That's my favorite thing, how people just tag the horrific shit with LOL. Just kidding. It's like, oh, I raped your mother and punched your sister in the face. LOL.
That clears it out. But
Matthew
That's so
L.,
funny.
no, you cannot.
I think that it's so crazy that, like, when we are on the internet, there are people that believe, you know what, this is going to get her to talk to me right now. This is my moment. I'm going to tell her.
The
I
shit
want you
line.
to shit on me.
Yeah, the shit
He
line's
thought
going to
that
put
was
me over
real.
the top. Yeah. Like, don't you ask anybody, like, do you think I should write the shit line? And no one was like, nah, dude, don't write the shit line. Like, that's terrible.
Send
Like-
it.
And the guy sending it, like, I'm sure if we looked at the picture of the guy, it would be like, yep, exactly the guy I would think would send that.
Yeah.
Like someone who
Exactly.
has no chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. It's always like the grossest fat guy with,
Yeah.
that has like the neck pull on his t-shirt and a stain somewhere, and he thinks the shit line is going to be the thing that gets your panties wet.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I attract the fucking weirdos. Always have, always will. I don't attract normal people.
What's your advice, Madalena, for people in relationships that have problem with social media?
Oh, God. That was one of the biggest problems I had in the last relationship. We are no longer together.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, because
sorry.
he wasn't a big Facebook person, but when he would go on and he would see this one, oh, that's a beautiful picture. He would fucking get enraged, and I was like, "What do you care? I don't even know half these fucking people."
Right,
I was like,
what's-
"What? I'm here with you. Am I out and you're not with me?"
Yeah,
I invite
exactly.
you everywhere I go.
Right.
You know, if I have got something to hide and I make up lies, then be worried.
Yeah, you're literally on the
So,
couch next to
what
each
about-
other.
Right.
And he's looking at it going,
Yeah.
what is this? And it's like, who gives a shit? I'm here watching a movie with you.
Right,
Like,
now.
I have no
Exactly,
control of what other people
exactly.
do.
Oh, that sucks, Matt. I'm sorry, babe. You know what? His fucking loss.
Exactly.
And,
exactly. Come on, we know what a package deal this is. you know?
Absolutely. She's everything for anybody who doesn't know, okay? And
Aw, thank you.
it's the truth. I
Take
love you,
one to
Mads.
spot one.
Aw, chickie. All right, baby. So listen, I'm gonna let you go because we get off in 10 minutes, and
Okay.
throw me a text message so I can get up to date with you.
Dude, and the second you're healthy, you're coming in.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. What?
What?
All
She's
right, love you
back.
guys.
I love you
miss
too. Bye,
Bye,
Mads.
Mads.
I miss everybody. Supposed to be family for life.
Fucking
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Madalena,
babe.
everybody.
I can't believe it. I'm so glad she called. I'm actually taking my headphones off. I'm not going to take any more calls.
Yeah, I'm closing the Skype,
My
guys.
ears hurt.
She actually used to do the show with us regularly.
Yes, if you guys go back to the very beginning, you'll find Madalena was my very first sidekick. I love that bitch. You know, it's important for everybody to take a minute to look at themselves and remember everybody has insecurities. I know. Everybody has problems.
No, Real Heel, he wrote something, and that is a 100% yes.
Of course I would.
Why is social media more important than
a relationship?
Yeah, than your relationship.
Absolutely.
If social media is more important to you than your relationship,
You're with the wrong person.
you're with the wrong person and you got problems. You will, if you're with the right person, you will be willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to be with that right person.
Absolutely.
I made insane sacrifices to be with Jess.
We both
She
did.
made, and I was just going to
Oh,
say,
okay.
she made insane sacrifices to be with me. Things that were full parts of our lives where we were like, gone. Without even a thought.
Yeah.
Gone. Done. That's it. Done. You don't like
There's
it?
no
Done.
reason for
You don't
it.
want it around? Done. You don't want me doing that? Done. That's it.
Right. It has to be your feelings and then my feelings. I have my feelings in check, but I have to remember that there's someone else that I care about. And if there is something that bothered this person about it, I would change it. And I'll just give a quick example and you'll, be the truth of it. I was on the Long Island Pool League. Okay. I played pool professionally. I have plaques and my own sticks and I loved playing pool. Okay. It was something I did for years. When I started dating Rocky, every Tuesday night I would be at any bar that's on Long Island competing with 50 to 100 men. Okay. And Rocky never cared. He sometimes would come watch. Most of the time I'd come here after. But in my own heart, I had to say, would I want my boyfriend at the time to go hang out with 50 to 100 women on a Tuesday night and then come home halfway drunk most of the time and feel comfortable? No, I wouldn't.
Halfway.
So what I did is I let go of a hobby, because that's what it was, for the person I loved, and I never played pool on the league again. It just was a quit. He said, why? Why did you quit? And I said, because if it was me, I wouldn't like it. So always put yourself in the position before you make a decision. What do you want? Because that's probably what they want as well.
And to kind of mesh that together, she kept saying, and not in a bad way, what I want, what me, but then it ended with together. What would we want? And that's the thing. You're no longer. It's not about you anymore. If you're really committed to the relationship, it's not about you. It's about us, me and you. And a lot of people don't pick up on that, and that's a huge issue too. I think is that people don't realize people are selfish,
right?
And you're raised that way, Especially men. I got to do me. I got to make mine. I got to get mine. I got to do me. No one else is going to do it for me.
Right.
So to turn that off when you get in a relationship is fucking hard.
It is.
It's really it's not just a switch you can go boop and now that part's done. No, for some people it never gets shut off. But if you listen to me, you can have this with the things we say with the main focus of us, not me, not her, us.
Yeah.
What do we want?
Always.
What will make us work?
Right.
That is the point. You're now a unit, and you got to stop thinking singularly.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
So.
Preach.
Yeah. So I know it's like a few minutes early, but
Whatever.
I'm ready.
We're toast.
I really had a fun time. A lot of good things were discussed. Next week, hopefully, we have more people joining us, but we just wanted to keep it small tonight. I love everybody and appreciate you all, and I hope that you come back next Tuesday. Find me on my Twitter, jrabbit55, and find us on Rocky and Jessica's Super Ugly Show and Unfiltered Marriage
and
on
my
Facebook.
Twitter, Rocky SU11.
SU11.
SU11 or Rocky SU1. Both of them pop up for some reason.
Yeah.
One of them, like the @ is 11, but
Yeah.
my regular name is 1. I don't know.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. So follow me there. And anyone who missed the Super Ugly Show before, go back and watch it.
It was pretty good.
It was an epic 45-minute rant by yours truly that I am
We love
very
you
proud
guys,
of.
and we appreciate you, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.